Welcome back to Solynod Hex, everyone. Today we're holding session number 416, and today's session is sponsored by our patrons and donors. Thank you very much, patrons and donors, for your generous pledges and donations. We wouldn't have dynamic lighting without you, and some key tokens and whatnot, animated tokens. And players, at this time, if you haven't already done so, go ahead and add 416 points to your player character as a reward for showing up on time. And when last we left the Order of the Superior Star, they were camping just outside of the Akiyuma Daimyo estate in an Adrian rice farm. It's a little couple of farms right next to each other, and I believe it was late in the evening, like it was getting dark. Getting dark. And yeah, the sun's going down, and the players were kind of securing nice little spots to set up their tents on the farm. And suddenly, a metric fuck ton of Oni appeared. To invade, supposedly, the farmland and rape and pillage, because that's what Onis do. And let's see, our turn order tracker has all of the Oni, and see, I'm gonna take off everyone else. Whoops. Oh, great. So 6 p.m. September the 1st, 11:05. And it is a rather large force, from what some of the characters can see. And then go ahead and roll base size initiative for the PCs at this time. And you can see that each one of them is armed with a tetsubo, which is a kind of like a tapered baseball bat, except it's probably about 6 feet long, and there are large, like steel studs set into the wood. So it kind of has the appearance of a strange-looking mace, maybe. But they're very big. They're like a polearm, pretty much, but it's a bludgeoning polearm. All right. First up is Asher.
So Asher looks at these things and they're armed, so looks like they're about to attack, right?
Yeah, some of them are like lighting torches. They're kind of eyeballing the houses, and most of them are eyeballing like the rice paddies. There's quite a few rice plants that look ripe and ready to harvest in the water. You can see like big kernels of rice on them, and by the failing sunlight. And these oni look kind of hungry. They obviously don't see you. You are invisible. But it does look like they're
Not this
preparing.
time.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Not
Oh,
this
that's
time. This time.
Bombosa. That's Bombosa. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, he was hiding in shadows.
That's right. Yeah, he's hiding in shadows over by this tree up here.
Yeah. Asher comes out and says, "This place is under our protection. You better go."
And let's see. Okay. Yeah. One of them responds. Uh-oh. That's not good.
Test. Okay.
One of them responds in a guttural voice.
Feed us or die.
Asher says, "Go away or die."
Not good enough.
Says the Oni as he raises his Tetsubo. And la-di-da-di everybody. Roll initiative for combat. Uh-oh. So a ruckus begins outside as they do like a war cry. And Dante, you can see the old man. He's like, "Oh no!" And he rushes over to the corner of the room, and he grabs a shovel and starts heading outside.
Dante stops him and says, let's not be too hasty. Our friends outside, they're here to protect us, so just put the shovel down and get some more rice.
And he goes, "But I have to exhume my sword."
No, you'll be fine, don't worry about it. Sit down and drink.
He goes, "I must defend my land."
No, they'll defend it for you. Don't worry about it. It's all part of the service we provide. We help poor people like yourself. I mean, we're like that. I'm here to offer you personal protection.
And he
There's
goes,
nothing to fear.
"But I am a great warrior. I cannot stand aside."
I'm the Golden Bard, so you're in good hands.
He goes, "On demand, I must participate."
Well, my honour is that I've got to look after you in this hut. I mean, I can't have you running off and getting killed when I've got all my followers outside protecting us. It would be dishonourable for them.
And he goes, "Then you must come with me." And he runs out the door.
Dante, I think he goes to look for the drink.
Alright.
This guy's about 90 odd, isn't he?
Yeah, he is really old and rickety.
Oh, he's not going to get very far. Yeah, Dante sits down and has a drink. And shuts the door.
Okay. And then, who needs multiples?
Tenzi and Musashi.
Alright.
And Gargamond.
Gargamon.
And Baron, please.
Baron, 2. Tenzi, 1. Musashi. There he is. And that's when the sun goes down. Okay, is there anyone still rolling?
Yeah,
Yeah,
every time I'm
just
trying
a
to populate somebody else's.
So is anyone still rolling?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. I am too, it's okay.
There's a lot of Oni.
Yeah, I'm almost done though. I've gotten good with this trackball over the years. Okay. Is anyone still rolling?
Yeah, just one more moment.
Let's see if I've gotten all the Oni. Yes, I did. Wow. Oh, wait, no. There's one. Okay, is anyone still rolling? Alright, here we go. Round one, ding ding. Alright, so time now is 6:01 p.m. And first up is Varen, who will probably wade through a couple Oni.
Plan. Alright, so he'll start over on this edge, hopefully staying out of the way of any spellcasters. Move.
So this old man kind of runs past Varen with a shovel in hand to this tree.
Be that way sometimes.
And he starts digging a hole right at the base of the tree.
Well, that's a fence. Okay, so go around the fence. And 8. So he'll start one directly north of him.
Alrighty. They are shieldless. I think. Let me check. An Oni's garb imitates the clothing of the local human population. If an Oni band dwells near a military outpost, lesser spirits usually wear armor pieces including metallic arm and leg bands and even military insignia that have been taken from murdered soldiers. If an Oni band lives near a poor farming community, they usually don peasant smocks and sandals. In any case, an Oni's equipment and clothing is always more ragged and filthy than that of its human counterpart. So they're wearing filthy farmer's clothing. 1 second. And I'm back. Just had to place my Starbucks order.
Sure.
Getting a Train to Paradise drink. Alright. Okay, so shieldless, -2 versus AC4 is a hit. They are large creatures, so you cause 17 damage. Yeah, they're 7 to 8 feet tall. 17 damage. Okay. As you slice into his chest with your longsword, and he survives.
Okay. And then we'll do. Oh, that's fine. First, do High Master.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yep.
Okay.
It'll do a lot more damage, and you might crit too. Let's see. So plus 17. All right,
Or
so you
not.
did crit.
Oh, I did. Okay, yeah.
So negative 14 versus AC 4. Confirmed crit for 29 damage instead of 17.
Okay.
As you cut into his neck. And blood
Now
goes
we'll-
everywhere. Psh.
Followed
All
up
right.
with a shield bash.
He's not a high master with the shield, though.
Oh, I did hit the High Master again. Sorry. Yeah. There we go.
When I wrote that high master macro, I was contemplating whether I should just make it the first 2 slots so that you can't really mistakenly, you know, roll a high mastery attack for like your third weapon or
Sure.
4th weapon or whatever, but it dawned on me. Some people are high masters of a weapon that you can wield one-handed or two-handed or use different ammunition, and so their weapon might take up 3 or 4 slots on the table for one weapon. So, all right. So looks like a good hit. -1 versus AC 4 is a hit, and you cause 10 damage as you bash into him, but he survives. Go ahead and give me a natural fighting roll. And we'll see if you can make extra claw attacks this round. Or actually, this combat. And you can.
Excellent.
Natural fighting
Quick
is
talons.
Natural fighting is... Oh, and you get +1 to damage with your talons as well on a successful check. -2 versus AC 4 is a hit. You cause 9 damage, and go ahead and describe how you slay him.
Yeah, just he's practically like teetering on his feet, and very like dips down and like gets him across the Achilles.
Oh, nice. Achilles tendon strike. All right, and you've got another talon slash.
He's going for the one to the northwest of him. So this one, sorry, I'm at the menu, so I can't ping him right now. On this one.
All right, 6 versus AC 4 is a miss. And Ryer.
Ryer is going to, he's trying to cast a spell, but people are just out of his range, so he's going to be holding his action from now.
All right. And Musashi.
He yells out his Ki cry and
Hiya!
rushes next to Varen. And strikes at the one right in front of him.
Oh, dex check. And dex check as well for Bombosa.
Gotta move your necklace real quick, Tenzi. Should have had a necklace on Bumbo's. No, that's my bad.
I'll slide the necklaces to the rear right now.
Okay.
I count 3 on the screen. Alright, so Bombosa goes stumbling to the space to the right. Or no, it would be up and left on top of the dead, the dead Oni, and is now prone. It'll take a half move for him to stand up. Oh, and it knocks him out of stealth as well.
Who was that?
So you kind of feel like you almost trip over something, like something caught on one of your knees, and you see Bombosa rolling into this square right here. Like,
Watch
oh!
where you are going!
I did not see you.
So go ahead and move him into.
Out of stealth
Yeah.
and prone.
And actually, it doesn't really make sense that he would go into that square because he would take an attack of opportunity. So he'll be in this square. That way, he doesn't leave anyone's threatened squares and take an attack. All right, Musashi's attacks. He is a High Master with his katana. The enemy is shieldless. -6 versus AC 4 is a hit, causing 15 damage. I'm assuming it's the one straight north of him.
That is true.
Okay, and the bastard survives.
Well, we'll see if he likes the little wakizashi action.
He's standing there chuckling.
Little man. Little man.
-12 versus AC 4 is a hit, causing an additional 15 damage. And he survives. Asher.
Alright. Asher is invisible, not stealthed. Just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gonna climb over this wall.
Oh, up this embankment deal?
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna take one climb check. And it's only, 10 feet high.
Sure.
But it takes 4 squares off your movement.
That's fine. She'll still have 2 left.
Oh, right. I need to roll the climb check. That's right. So, checks. Thief skill. Climb walls. And it is abundant handholds because it is a ledge. Okay. She's wearing leather armor. And conditions are dry as far as I recall. No miscellaneous modifier for climbing equipment. And you successfully get up and over that embankment. Well, rockery, really. It's just a rockery.
Yeah. And then she will.
So these Oni are pretty average intelligence. So they don't have a chance to see you when you're invisible.
Well,
So
she's
you
gonna try to
get a-
backstab him then.
Yeah, you definitely get a backstab out of it. All right.
And she's visible.
Yep. -9 versus AC 4 hits as you stab him for 58 damage, and he dies. Go ahead and describe how you kill him.
So like on her way, like kind of hopping off the embankment, she propels herself into like into his chest, and so she comes down with all her momentum, like right on top of him with her sword.
All right. Shandrak, hopefully with a big old spell.
Yeah, I'm gonna try something a little different this time. I'm going to use my Staff of the Magi and conjure an ice storm for
All right.
some sleet.
Let's see. Rules. No, that's daily routine. Fine, Staff of the Magi.
Bless you.
Fine. It was Ice Storm.
Yes.
Okay, following powers drain 1 charge per usage. Ice Storm. Alright. So, previously you used 2 charges,
Yep. For my summoner.
and this makes 3 charges used. And Ice Storm is a level 4 spell, right?
Yep.
Unfortunately, the staff only casts at level 9. Let's see. Spell AoEs, Wizard 4. Find Ice Storm. So go ahead and recast that at level 9. Alright, driving sleep falls in a 80-foot diameter area for 1 round per caster level. The sleep blinds creatures within its area for the duration of the spell and causes the ground in the area to be icy, slowing movement by 50%, making it 50% probable that a creature trying to move in the area slips and falls. Sleet also extinguishes torches and small fires. Note that this spell will negate a heat metal spell. The material components for this spell are a pinch of dust and a few drops of water. Okay, 80-foot diameter area. So we've got... foot diameter. So that would be 16 squares by 16 squares. And I think each square is 70 pixels, so /r 16 times 70, 1120. let's see, I gotta put it on the map layer for that to work. Advanced, set dimensions, copy, paste, paste, set, and then we'll give it a circle. Aura 2C 0 feet red. Actually, let's make it let's make it purple. It'll be a dark, maybe. Where's that navy blue? Let's make it purple. Okay, LO. Alright. And then I'll give you control of it. So you can move it. Controlled by Shandrak. Save settings. Okay, so you can move that around in such a place where you can see the center of the circle. Should be able to see the the purple circle, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see it, although it looks like I think it might be hidden collision. I can't move it really.
Oh, okay. It should be over everyone's tokens.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Okay, can you move it now?
Yes. Would I be able to move some of it
Thank you.
northward off screen? As long as
Yeah.
the center's still in place?
Yeah, as long as the center is still visible by your character.
Yeah. Oh wait. Let's see. Can't get up much more north than that. Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Is that how far north you wanted it?
Yeah, I think that'll do.
Okay. Did you want it
Well,
left or right any more, or
oh yeah, maybe a tick more to the right.
one more? How about that?
One more.
One more.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, and that's gonna last
9 rounds.
9 rounds. Okay. Ice storm. From Staff of Magi. +1 per round. Add. And that's a magic item, so it's no experience.
Okay.
Enter. And I will put the token to the back. And let's see if I can lock it. Advanced lock position. There we go. So it shouldn't move anymore, even though it's on the token layer. Alright, so the ambient temperature in the area drops pretty quickly, and most of you can see ice and frost develop wherever that blue circle is. and the ground there looks really slippery. Sleet begins to fall heavily in that area. Slows movement by 50%. 50% chance that when you move through it, you will slip and fall. And the creature within the area are blinded.
Oh, wow.
Nice spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can see into it. It doesn't block light from outside. But everyone inside that blue circle is blinded. All right.
50% chance of falling when they walk. That's the best.
Yes. Yeah. And then we have one of the Oni. So /R D 100. So he's able to get out of there, or at least move through it without falling. And let's see how far or where he can go.
Half speed. This is a good spell.
Yeah, half speed. Let's see. For him, that's going to be half rounded up. So he gets almost to Bombosa. And the next Oni. He does get to Bombosa. But he's blinded. But Bombosa is prone. So that cancels each other out. And he attacks Bombosa with his Tetsubo.
Did he slip and fall?
Oh, I need to roll that, don't I?
And I was wondering if, because he's blinded, if you would be able to negotiate that embankment.
Blindness doesn't do that. You can still move around. All it does is gives you a -4 to hit, and you can't cast spells, obviously. And there's a +4 to hit you. That's all it does. So you're still able to negotiate everything. He didn't climb anything, so I'm not going to give him a penalty for climbing. Well, the penalty for blindness, climbing when you're blind, is probably pretty heavy. I'd give it like a -50%, but he didn't climb anything. So he's going to attack. Oh, yeah, he actually did slip and fall. So he will go back to his spot and be prone. Okay. And the next Oni. Alright, we'll see if he slips and falls. No, he doesn't. Alright, and the next Oni. So this one doesn't even have to go through the snow. And Ashriel.
Astral is going to fly up into the air 10 feet. Oops. And then he will fly to here. Oops. Fly to here. And innately cast a lightning bolt.
Nice.
He's going to do the single one.
5 foot wide.
Yeah.
Right, should be able to see the AoE.
He's shooting it at head level.
All right. So for the 3 that are outside of the blizzard or the ice storm AoE, I'm gonna roll a group save for them, and then all the ones inside the ice storm that you hit, I'm gonna roll a separate group save for them. And let's see, did you roll damage, or what was the damage on it?
Sorry.
So saves, spell, and no modifier for these guys outside. They count as level 8 warriors. For their saving throw. And all the ones outside succeed and take 13 damage.
That was disappointing.
Go minus 13. Enter. Minus 13. Enter. And minus 13. Enter. And then the ones inside the AoE, I'm going to give them a -4 to their save because they are technically blinded right now by the other spell. So save versus spell, -4 to their save, and they count as level 8 warriors. Wow, they succeed as well. Their target number was 17.
Wow.
And they rolled 18. The initial group, their target number was only 13. They had to roll higher than the 13, and they rolled a 14. So in both instances, they rolled 1 above the target. And they all take 13 damage, but that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 Onis. /R 14 times 13. You just did 182 damage with 1 innate spell.
Shit.
That's
gonna-
182 damage you don't have to roll for with a melee attack.
Yep. If only they could have failed. They were at 364.
Yeah. Minus 13, enter.
That hits him in the next year.
Minus 13, enter. 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 And one more. Minus 13, enter. And go into the map layer and take out that AoE. Back to the token layer and the Oni. So this one's in the damn AoE, and he does not slip and fall, but he only moves 5 squares. And this guy does get to Bombosa, but he's still blinded because his
Was prone negative 2 or 4? I thought it was 2.
prone is a +4, and then blindness is -4.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Blindness is -4. So they cancel each other out.
Copy that.
So attack, Tetsubo. Bombosa. Let's see, melee, same elevation, no mod to hit or damage. Bombosa is shieldless, I believe, because he uses big weapons, right? So 1 versus AC 6 is a hit. Bombosa takes 3 damage, unless he's covered with stone skin or something.
He's not. He takes it.
All right, Dante.
Yeah, Dante walks across the room thinking crazy old man, and he goes for the rice wine and picks it up and thinks, why would he go running out there with all those dangerous creatures with a shovel? And then sort of the penny drops that maybe the thing he's trying to dig up is actually worth some money. So he puts the rice wine down, grabs his sword, straps it to him, and crosses the room to the door to go after the old man. Not for the old man's sake, but for the treasures he's about to pick up. And yeah, follows him outside to wherever the old man is by the tree. If I can get him out the door, which
Yes.
I'll go open it. Yeah, gotcha.
Oh, it's closed. Yep. You
Yeah.
see him down south, at the base
Yeah,
of this tree, and he's digging a hole with that shovel that he grabbed.
I'll rush over to him and say, come in, you crazy old man. You're going to get yourself killed out here. Probably from pneumonia, if not from anything else.
And he goes, "No, but I am a samurai. I must
Yeah,
fight."
But you'll die. Come inside, we'll protect you.
No, this is my land.
Well, I'll protect you then. And Dante turns around and gets ready to cast, although he won't do this around the sanctuary himself.
All right.
That'll do for Dante.
Okay, and the next Oni is in the spell AoE. He does not slip and fall. He's going to exit the AoE stage right. Exit stage right.
I got that.
Let's see, 2, 4. 5 squares, and he is outside the AoE. And next up is Brine Druid, who also has a long, straight line, super badass attack.
Count some squares. Let's see. Alright, so if I fly him up 10 feet, then land him down 10 feet and accept an attack of opportunity from that Oni in his path, can I land him here, turn him around, and do a breath weapon from here?
Yeah, as long as it's as long as the route is correctly turned and everything.
Yeah.
Because I think
There's
he
a house
gets.
on the way, isn't there? There's a house. Let's see.
Yeah, the house is probably 15 feet tall. So it would take 4 squares off of his movement to get up and over. 3 squares off of his movement. But the thing is, if he were to land directly behind the house, he would have to
Yeah.
literally drop.
If he landed on the house.
Yeah, he can land on the house.
Let's do that.
Let's see. Roof. Oh. Okay, and I'll just put the dynamic lighting lines on the GM layer. Okay. Oh. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares.
Right, and then he'll turn. Shoot a breath. Oh, okay, get my. There. Turn around. Shoot his breath weapon. Yeah, I think that'll get most of them. Not the ones closest, obviously, but. And hopefully not our allies. Always hard for me to visualize this thing until it's on the board.
Yeah. So the pattern for breath weapons is the same no matter what the altitude. Because he basically sprays downward and then outward, and it still does this triangular pattern.
I'm pretty happy with that.
I do have to move it to the edge of his square, though.
Sure.
So it's gonna hit a lot.
If it'll. If Bombos is in danger, then he'll just like take a 5-foot step back before he shoots it.
Bombos's square isn't quite covered by half of it, so he's not in danger. Okay, and then what's the damage on it?
Yeah, gotta roll that.
And then alright, and I'm gonna give these Oni obviously all of them that you affect are in the AoE. So momentarily you melt the ice on the ground and then it freezes back over. I'm going to say if they fail their save, they're going to be stuck in the ice and take the damage.
Oh, neat.
I gotta do spell interactions and stuff that kind of makes sense. So people can kind of think out of the box sometimes.
Yeah, totally planned that. That was my plan all along.
Yeah. It's gonna hit fewer Oni than you think, probably. This Oni is gonna be the first one you hit. All the other ones aren't quite halfway in the box. And then all the ones in the back row, starting with this guy, all the way out to the edge of the blue circle, pretty much. So, yeah, you're gonna get quite a few. Unfortunately, this house is gonna have to make a saving throw versus magic fire or catch on fire. So that should make this.
The house is in the sleep, though. Wouldn't that help protect it?
It's not.
Only part of it is. So,
kind of envision him like standing on the edge of the house.
So I'm gonna do a group saving throw for all of these Oni, obviously at a -4 for being blind. And if they fail, they take the 27 fire damage and are stuck. And I'm probably gonna give them like a half move to get unstuck. So just like they're prone. And then yeah, obviously the other half of their move is taken up by slipping and whatnot. So these guys, if they fail, they can't move for the rest of the round. So I can just kind of skip over them. All right, so saving throw versus breath weapon, -4 for being blind, and warrior 8, and not multi-classed or triple-classed. They succeed, unfortunately. They take half the damage rounded down. You always favor the monsters when it comes to rounding, and not favor the player characters or their henchmen or hirelings or whatever. So 27 divided by 2 rounded down would be 13, and that's starting with this guy on this row. So -13, enter. -13, enter. -13, enter. -13, enter. And -13, enter. 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 And it was on the back row, it was starting with this guy. So he's one of the guys that got hit by that lightning bolt, so he's looking pretty shitty right now. -13, enter. So is the guy next to him. -13, enter. -13, enter. -13, enter.
You're talking about that house. I thought it was the house he was on top of.
Nope.
Same goes for the Ronin's house. I see. I now see the direction. Look.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing a meteor swarm, but I was afraid I'll burn all the houses down.
Oh, and this guy too. Right, the one out in the middle. Right.
Usually more
here.
vigilant about that. I missed that one.
-13, enter. And the item save for the house. It's gonna save as thick wood. Yeah, thick wood. House. Magic fire. I'll give it a +4 because it's inside the AoE of the ice storm. +4 to its save. All right, it saves. The magic fire. Yeah, I rolled a
It's
20.
lit by the fire a little bit. But
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
He'll have a fun
Doesn't
story
help.
to tell about the time a dragon tried to burn his house down.
Doesn't help
it
with
was
lots
right
of
there.
noise, does it?
With that +4, the target number was a 3, so that's an easy ass save. And I rolled a natural 20, so that's a good.
Nice.
Those Onis that passed their save and only took half damage Their target number was 16, and I rolled an 18. So I'm rolling high on everyone's saves today, including the house.
If
all
you
right.
had asked me if I would rather the house save and the Oni the house save and the Oni save, or the other way around, this is what I would have picked, so it's fine.
Yeah. Okay, and I'll remove that breath weapon AoE. Alright. Next up is one of the Oni. And he moves out of the... Oh, I have to roll to see if he slips. Okay. And he does not. But he starts inside the AoE, so he only gets a half move.
Also, Josh, how tall are these Oni?
7 to 8 feet.
This one might have gotten an attack on Brian Druid on his way out. I don't know if you want to do that retroactively. I flew right over his head.
No. Let's see. 5. Because no, he was facing south.
Okay,
He
cool.
wasn't facing Brian Druid. All right. Okay, this next one. Falls on his ass. Right here. And next up is Gargamond.
Okay, let's see. Well, I think Gargamon will come up where the action's closest, and he'll stand over Bombosa. And then, whoops, sorry, I stole your light. And then I'll take a High Master attack at the Oni directly to the north. Actually, no, I'll do one to the northeast because I think he's blind.
Yeah, all the ones in the blue circle are blind. So you get a +4 to hit him. You can see the blue circle, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Alright, he's shieldless. -9 versus AC 4 hits. You cause 17 damage. And he survives. He has burns all over him, and now a nice deep axe hack into his chest. Alright. That Oni actually is able to act. He's not moving per se, so he doesn't have to roll. He doesn't have to roll to see if he slips. I'm pretty sure that was the caveat to that. If they move, they might fall. So he's just gonna... I mean, he's facing Gargamond already. Is Gargamond covered in stone skin?
He is not.
Okay. So, Tetsubo to Gargamond.
Oh, that nice armor, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
He
some
is
Cat's Grace now.
he is blinded by the ice storm. So that is a -4 to hit. And Gargamond, of course, is shieldless. AC 6 versus -3 is a miss. The next Oni is deep within the ice storm and wants to move out. He just barely is able to keep his footing by 2%. And tries to move out on the half move. or he is just able to move out of the AoE. And the next Oni wants to do the same thing and slips and falls on his ass. Alright, Karenglor.
Cast Fly on himself. That's gonna last 110 rounds.
Okay. Fly on Karenglor by Karenglor. Okay, negative 110. Enter. And Bombosa, who is prone, can spend a half move getting up.
Can he instead? Well, he didn't. He rolled for Scimitar. That'll put him in the same square as Gargamond. I think I'm gonna wait till the end of the round to change initiative to movement, and then instead of having him use a half move to get up, he'll use his half move to disengage and kind of crawl away under people's feet.
Okay. Crawling is I think crawling is 1/3 of your movement rate. And
So that'll be 2 squares.
oh, is he encumbered or something?
No, well, I'm thinking that he's got 12 movement, so 1/3 of 12 is 4, and then disengage is a half move action, which takes it to 2.
No. Disengage isn't going to penalize you in this case because
Okay, so he'll be able to move 4.
Yeah, it's whatever's lower in this case, so he'd be able to move 4. Crawl, it's a crawl disengage.
Right, so he will do that at the end of the round.
Yeah. Okay. Next Oni. Is able to move. Three, 4, 5. So I'm just gonna roll percentage chances for all the rest of these 4 guys on here, and handle their moves as the rolls come up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so it looks like 7, 12, or 7, 65, 12, and 8. So this guy falls and slips on his ass. The next one was a 12, so he falls and slips and falls on his ass. Then the 65 guy can move at half move. 2, 3, 4, 5. He's gonna actually take a swing at this horse.
Oh,
This
that was
horse's
good.
ass.
Gosh, loves killing
At-
mounts.
At minus 4, of course. So Tetsubo to the horse's ass. So melee range, same elevation, minus 4 for being blind. No mod to damage. And it's a rare attack, so 4 versus AC 7 hits, and the horse takes 8 damage. And bolts. So Chandrak, if you have horsemanship or animal handling, you can stop that horse from bolting.
Could I like use like horsemanship to like get on top of it as it's bolting?
Definitely.
All right, I'm gonna try to do that. Try to use its momentum and jump onto it.
Very cinematic.
So I'm allowing this because of the situation. Technically, you're not supposed to move and cast in the same round, but I think this is a very special situation. It's after your initiative, and it's kind of like a reactionary thing, so I'm allowing it.
Nice.
Alright, so you're able to mount him as he bolts, and he kind of stops and is under your control. You don't have to move your token one little bit, because the horse kind of gets underneath you.
Nice.
And you're now mounted. Alright. That's the end of that guy's turn. And then I think the last one also slipped and fell on his ass with that 7. So now we have Zalmond.
Zalmond leaps into Ruckus, onto the saddle on Ruckus, and I'm going to try to get him to move in the same round, so I got to do a check.
Yeah. A wolfmanship check, please. I'm so clever. There you go. And you get up to Ruckus's full movement rate.
Yeah, we're charging this Oni. Oops.
Oh.
Alliance.
His ass.
Alright. So with that charge, you get +2 to hit. And for the rest of the round, you forego any dexterity bonus, which I don't think either Zalmond or Ruckus has anyways. And on your lance strike that I mentioned, you get the +2 to hit, and it does double damage. And it's a large creature, so it's probably going to be a lot of damage.
Is that already on the table, or should I do ×2 in the damage roll modifier?
You do ×2 in the damage roll modifier, and +2 on the hit roll modifier. And of course, so you do a confirmed crit with a natural 18, and you cause 68 damage on the lance crit. Go ahead and describe how you skewer the shit out of him.
Zalmond jumps on Ruckus, spurs him on, and just the lance was right through the Oni's stomach.
Wow.
And I think that's the first time Zalmond has hit since I've had him.
Oh no!
Yeah.
It's a hell of a hit.
That makes up for it all.
He's been saving his energy.
Yep. One-shotting things is kind of a paladin's forte if they use a lance, because they get a mount for free. Why not use a lance, right?
Yep.
I've seen paladin one-shot a juvenile dragon before. I think it was a juvenile green dragon.
Oh, wow.
Completely healthy juvenile green dragon. Slew it in one shot. So lances are a pretty good weapon. Next up is one of the Oni, and this one is not in the spell AoE. He's actually going to turn to face Ashriel, who is in the air 10 feet. And this Oni has a 10-foot reach because he's large, so he can reach into the air and strike Ashriel. Ashriel needs +2 weapon or higher to hit, but these Oni count as. Let's see, they have 8 hit dice. Rules and combat, weapon immunity. 8 plus 3 or more is a plus 3 weapon. 6 plus 2 is a 2 plus 2 weapon. So they are able to strike him. 6 plus 2 or more counts as plus 2. So.
And they're evil, right?
They are evil.
Protection from evil, so they have a -2.
-2, and he has lower ground. So attack. Tetsubo. Ashriel. Melee. Lower ground. -2 for the spell. Enter. And no damage roll modifier. And Ashriel is facing him, shieldless. 13 versus AC -1 is a big miss. He rolled a 2. Alright. Next. Oni.
Before this next one goes, can Ryer go? He has been waiting.
Yeah.
Alright, so Ryer is going to cast his spook spell onto the Oni that tried to attack my horse.
He did attack your horse and damaged him, right?
That's true, he did, yes. But regardless, that he's the closest one, so Ryer is going to try to spook him.
Yep. Save versus spell. He's in the AoE, so that is a -4 to the save. Because he's blinded. Warrior 8 saving throws. And he fails and is spooked. So that's like a fear effect, right?
Yeah, he runs away, and every round he can make a save at a -5 to break the fear.
Okay. And the next Oni. Let's see. Roll to see if he slips and falls. And he makes it. He's able to move 5 squares. And is going to attack this horse. At a -4 because he's still 50% in the AoE. So attack. Tetsubo is going to be from the horse's flank. Let's see. Melee. Same elevation. -4 to hit for being blind. And no damage roll modifier. The horse's flank. 10 versus AC 7 is a... Well, it should be shieldless flank. Yeah. 1 versus AC 7 hits. 7 damage to the horse. And the horse bolts. See, Shandrak. If you want to make a horsemanship check or a animal handling check, you can stop him from bolting.
Okay, yeah, sure. course, I'll try to calm him down.
And of course, a horsemanship check would mean you leap onto him.
Yeah, that sounds fine. Calm my horses by jumping onto it.
Okay, so this horse kind of gets pushed to the side a little bit. This horse bolts and you stop him and he gets underneath you. And kind of like that. And 2 back. All right. And all right, Erdrin.
Erdrin is going to move silently 4 squares. It's going to move there, in front of the tent. Then he's gonna shoot this one in front, behind the scared one.
Okay. He's not in melee, so you don't have to do a called shot, and he is blind, so you get a +4 to hit him.
All right.
And you were already hiding, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the gunshot pops you out of stealth. -12 beats AC 4. You cause... only 20 damage. Is it enough to kill him? No. It was this one, right?
Yep, that one.
Okay. Strange, I can't see his green bar when I hover over him. Maybe it's because of the, I don't know. It's weird.
Oh, I can.
You can? Okay.
Uh-huh.
That's really all that counts, is as long as you guys can see it. Alright, so how... Jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... Oh my god, there's a lot.
Yeah, man, you made an army.
Okay, let's take our first break. And we'll come back and tackle this. So let's make it a 5-minute break because we haven't playing for like almost 2 hours. So I'm gonna roll 3 minutes of ads, and then we'll come back about 2 minutes after the ads are over. So 5-minute break. Be right back. And we are back. All right. So, the first Oni is not in the AoE. He's actually standing right next to Asher. Asher's covered in stone skin, right?
Yep, level 10 mage.
Okay, so we'll roll a d20, see if he critically fails, critically misses, and he does not. So that's going to take off one charge from Asher. And you said level 10 mage.
Yep.
Okay. GM notes. For our viewers, check this out, how I do this. And that's it for that, Oni. Next one is not inside the AoE. He's actually facing Gargamon, so he's going to take a swing at Gargamon. Attack. Tetsubo. Gargamon. Let's see. Melee. Same elevation. And no mods. There's no paladin or anything in the AoE. Or in the AO. There we go. Gargamon is shieldless. 7 versus -3 is a miss. Gargamon has a good armor class. This next one also is not in the AoE. He's going to take a swing at Brine Druid on the roof.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say he can barely reach Brine Druid, 15 feet high. The Onis are 7 to 8 feet tall and have a 10-foot reach, so I think he should barely be able to reach up there. So he's going to attack with his Tetsubo. Okay, melee range, lower ground, and no mods to the attack or damage. Alright, large Tetsubo bludgeoning attack to Brine Druid. Shieldless, -4 beats -1. Brine Druid takes 8 damage, bludgeoning, from that Tetsubo. Bruising his skin, crushing his bones.
Full of scales dent.
Scales fly. Alright, this next Oni is in the AoE and has to roll. See if he falls on his ass, and he does. And doesn't do anything. Okay, next Oni. Same thing. Slips and falls on his ass. Next Oni. Same thing. Does not slip and fall on his ass. I think he's going to come over here to Brine Druid and do the same thing. He's outside the AoE now, so he's not blinded anymore. And is going to attack with his Tetsubo from lower ground. It's a good thing Tetsubos are weak weapons. They don't really do very much damage. Bludgeoning, for the most part, bludgeoning weapons are weak. Let's see, melee range, lower ground, and no mods to hit or damage. Brain Druid is shieldless, so 10 versus AC -1 is a miss. And the next Oni is in the AoE. Does not slip and fall. Gets to take 5 squares of movement. And is still in the AoE. Of Ice Storm. Ice Storm AoE. Same thing with the next guy. And slips and falls on his ass. Alright, next Oni. This guy's not in the AoE. Kind of turns to face Asher. And takes a swing. It's going to be a D20 roll, though. So for our viewers, I have a house rule concerning Stone Skin. If you roll a 1 versus someone that has Stone Skin, it doesn't take off a charge. Because you just completely miss them. Kind of makes sense. I'm surprised they didn't think of that. I think they were going for brevity when they made the spell. And I need to subtract 1 Stone Skin charge. And that guy is done. Yeah, when Oni appear, they appear in large groups, and they can actually appear with Bakemono as well. So they kind of keep Bakemono as like, not really slaves, but like little pets or something. So Bakemono are those fantasy
Those
Asian goblins.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy slips and falls on his ass. You guys fought some Bakemono last session. This guy is not in the AoE. He's going to come after Varen. Using his reach. Attacks Varen across the gap. With that Tetsubo. Melee. Same elevation because Varen's not flying. And no mods to hit or damage. And I forget what... Okay, never mind. That's a light radius thing. Varen, he hits -8, but that is a natural 20, so that hits. Varen takes 5 damage. He's a medium. No, 7 damage because it's a crit. That's right. That hardly ever happens.
Yeah.
Varen hardly ever gets critted. Hardly ever gets
Seven.
hit. Yeah, 7 damage to Varen. Yeah, he hardly ever gets hit unless it's like a big giant demon monster or something. Most creatures have to roll a 20 to hit him because he has a -10 AC. In terms of AC for new D&D, that's a 30 AC. That's a badass AC right there.
I have a healthy fear of Greastro now, but otherwise, I'm like, yeah, sure, hit him, whatever.
Yep. This next Oni is going to attack Brain Druid from lower ground. This is gonna be Brain Druid's flank, actually, unless he turns or something.
Yeah, it looks like he can kind of turn 45 degrees without.
All right, so it'll be front
Anything.
from lower ground. And no mods. Brine Druid is shieldless. 2 versus AC -1 is a miss. The next Oni is in the ice. And slips and falls on his ass. The next Oni is not. He's going to reach across and attack Musashi. Is Musashi covered in stone skin?
Nope. He's trying to use the other Oni as a shield.
That actually is a thing. This Oni's gonna get a -2 to hit him. So melee, same elevation, -2 to hit. Excuse me. And no damage roll mod. Musashi is shieldless.
No, he's
That is shielded. Yep. So 12 versus AC -4 is a miss. I think that's probably a 2. Natural 2. Yep, natural 2. Alright, next Oni is in the ice. Balls on his ass. Anatar.
Is going to turn and cast Hold Monster. He's gonna try to do it at this one, this one, this one, and this one. So they will make a straight save.
Okay. I'll make a group save for him as well. They're all in the ice storm, right? Were all of them in the ice storm?
Yes.
Okay. So Oni save versus spell. -4 for being blind. Warrior 8. Not multi-classed or triple-classed. They fail. So which ones?
This one, this one, this one.
Oh, he can't see those guys.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't tell what he can see.
There's a house in between him and them.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, it'll have to be ones that are outside of the ice storm, which is fine. Let's do.
Well, he can see a few that are inside. He can see this guy, this
Okay.
guy, this guy. Like through the window, he can see them. It's
Okay.
it's actually through two windows and a door that he can see those 3. And then over here, he can see a bunch of them on this end. So this guy, this guy, this guy.
40-foot cube. So.
Oh, okay.
Which, yeah, I think is gonna be fine.
You said 30-foot cube?
40.
40?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm guessing this dude right here and the 3 he can see through the window?
Please.
Okay. So... How long does that hold person? our hold monster last. We're gonna call it Grapple 1.
10 rounds.
Grapple 1. Grapple 1. Grapple 1. And grapple 1.
We did have a fight earlier this same day, right? I'm showing some spells as checked off. Wanted to make sure that I hadn't just forgot to uncheck them.
Yeah, I think you guys had a fight with like Bakemono or something earlier.
I thought so
Today.
too. I'm making sure. Making sure that was legit.
And you said it lasts for 10 rounds?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I wish that Roll20 would reinstate that keyboard command for players. Back until like I want to say the summer of 2015, you could select any one of your tokens that you have control of and hit Control L, and you would be able to see through that token's eyes.
Oh yeah, that would be useful.
Yeah. As of right now, only the GM can do that, which doesn't make sense. Like, honestly, as soon as you select a token, that's what should happen for you. Is you should only be seeing through that one token's eyes, and then when you deselect, you see through all your token's eyes.
That would be way better.
Way mo better. Okay, so Anatar, that was level 3 spell or 4?
5.
5. Okay, so he gets 250 points divided between his two classes. And the next Oni is in the ice. And does not slip and fall. This Oni is going to walk over here and down that way. Next Oni is in the ice at the bottom of the rockery. Actually, that rockery covers more than half of his space, so I'm going to say he's at the top of the rockery. But he is held. Jim. He's held by that spell you just cast.
Sweet. Jim is casting prayer, which is, remind myself, 60-foot radius. We'll put that on him.
Alright, so we'll call that, yeah, Prayer 1. Prayer 1. By Jim. And how many rounds does that last?
It's 10. 1 second. Yes.
Okay. For the enemy, I'm going to put red dots on the ones that are affected. So I'm going to put a new counter, actually. Prayer 1, red dot 1. Oh, right. It should only be the ones that Jim can see. Okay, so Jim can see Bombosa and Gargamond, Musashi, Varen, Asher, himself, of course, Anatar, Dante, the old Ronin guy. His name is Kusumami. Karen Glor, you can see Karen Glor, you can see you can see Erdrin. And then like a grip of horses.
Yeah.
You can just barely see Shandrak and just barely see Ryer. Yep, that's all the friendlies. So I need to remove these dots here. Shit. So he gets this Oni. This Oni. All these over here. And that's pretty much it. So you can go ahead and remove that blue aura. Looks like everyone's got their deal. And that was what, level 3 spell?
Yeah.
So he gets 300 points.
Thank you.
And okay, this next Oni is in the Ice Storm and is able to move at half rate. Same thing, he's in the Ice Storm and is able to move. This one is not in the ice storm. Turns to face Varen and strikes at him with a penalty from the negative prayer effects, which is -1 to hit and damage, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And saves, but that's not
Yeah.
pertinent now.
Yeah. Okay, so melee, same elevation, -1 to hit, and -1 to damage. And this is Baron's front. So 9 versus AC -10 is a miss. The next Oni is going to reach across and attack Gargamond. So it's through friendly square at -2 to hit. Tetsubo. In addition to the prayer.
Yeah.
So Gargamond. Melee, same elevation. 1 to -3 to hit. And -1 to damage. Okay, shieldless. 11 versus -3 is a miss. And the next Oni is in the ice. Rolls a 100. Makes it like a
Wow.
pro.
Doesn't even notice it's icy.
Yep. Next Oni.
It was like a figure skater. It's beautiful.
He's in the ice. Makes it out. And is going to take a swing at Brine Druid. Attack. Tetsubo, Brine Druid. Melee, and it's going to be lower ground. And no mod, no mod. Weird, what's going on here? Try that again. Tetsubo. Brine Druid. Lower ground. There we go. That's his flank, actually. Shieldless flank. So the guy rolls a 1. This Oni rolls a shit. Okay, next Oni. He's able to move. 2, 4, 5. He's gonna take a swing at the horse that Shandrak is on right now. So attack Tetsubo. Horsey. Oh no. I'm just gonna put the AoE for the ice storm on the map layer for a second. So that blue circle is gonna disappear. Uh-oh. It disappeared altogether, so to back. There we go. Oni attack Tetsubo. Horsey. Melee, same elevation, but it's -4 to hit. 1, 2, 3, 4. And -1 to damage. Oh no, not to damage. He's not affected by the prayer. Wait a minute. He is held. Shit. I need to undo all that move. Let's see, undo. There we go. That guy's held. Alright. This Oni over by the house turns to face Ashriel.
You will meet your doom.
Tetsubo. Ashriel. Melee. Lower ground. -2 to hit because Ashriel is protection from evil.
Yep.
And no damage mod. Shieldless 13 versus -1 is a miss. Next Oni. Let's see, I gotta put the thing back on the token layer. So it should be at the very bottom. To back. This guy's in the ice. And is able to move at half. Yeah, he just moves 1 square this way. Wait, no, he can reach Gargamond. Yeah, he's gonna reach to Gargamond. -6 to hit. He's not affected by the prayer. -4 for blindness and 2 for reaching through friendly squares. Tetsubo to Gargamond. Melee, semi-elevation, -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And no damage modifier. Shieldless 11 versus -3 is a miss. Next up is Tenzi, who I'm guessing is casting a spell.
Yep, blade barrier.
Blade barrier. Very nice.
Oh yeah.
That one's got an adjustable AoE, right?
Yep,
See,
5 to 60 feet.
Fuck.
A lot of
Priest.
blades.
That's level 5? 6.
6.
should be able to move that. I'm gonna put it. I'll put it to back. And then put the snow to the back again. There you go. Should be able to move it.
I want to move it one more square up, and it's not letting me.
All right.
Yep, that's it. I think. Is that
Fun blade. Shit. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. So that's 12 squares wide, which is 60 feet wide. I think that's
Yep.
maximum.
Yep. What I want to do is get from here to here, 60 feet.
Oh,
And 60.
one more to the right.
I think so. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Is that
All right. And then how much damage did it do?
back to look? I think it was 35.
And there's a saving throw to leave the AoE, right?
Yep.
With half damage.
On my ultimate side of it, though.
Yeah. The ones that are held will automatically take full damage with no save. And then the ones that are not held, most of them are inside of the ice storm. So they will save at -4 because they're blind. There is one over here whose square is not covered by 50% of either AoE for the Blade Barrier or Ice Storm, so he will be unaffected. This one right here.
This should be square.
Is it?
Yeah. The AoE is 5 feet to 60 feet square.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Okay, I need to put an aura on here then. I will make it a gray aura that is square. 0 feet. Save settings. Man, that's hard to see. How about black? That's a little easier. Okay. And then we'll save that token to the sheet.
That's a hella cool animation, though. Love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, that is a ferrofluid GIF that I found. I was like, what should Blade Barrier look like? Huh. And I tried looking for actual spinning blades and stuff, and it was usually just one spinning blade, or there would be a good Blade Barrier token that was not animated. So it would be like a bunch of swords in a circle or something that didn't move. And then I remembered seeing these spikes of ferrofluid, you know, somewhere on the internet, and was like, what if I found a GIF of ferrofluid and found this? Okay, so you said 35 damage?
Yeah, and it should be 60 feet, so I think it should get these guys on the end here too.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It is 60 feet. That's 60 feet diameter. Or 60 feet by 60 feet. So you're going from the middle of a square to the middle of a square. So you have to add a whole square to what you're measuring.
Okay.
Alright, so group save for the ones that are not affected by prayer. And there's only one that's affected by prayer, so I'll do an individual save for him. And then all the ones that are held automatically take all the damage. So I'm actually going to do that first. So you kill, let's see, 35 damage, right?
Yep.
So there's 1 dead, 2 dead, ones that are held right here. LMO. Pause, red X, LMO. And then the other one that's held is right here. There was, I thought, oh, there's 2 more. Okay. So this one is full health and it takes him down a lot, but he survives. Minus 35. Enter.
There's always next round.
Yeah. And then this one is fucking dust. Minus 35. Pause. Red X. LMO. Alright, so here's the individual save for the one that's affected by the prayer negatively with a -1 to his save. And it's actually going to be cumulative with its blindness. So it's going to be -5 to his save. Save versus spell.
Back in combos.
-1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Enter. Warrior 8. Not multi-classed or triple-classed. He fails and takes 35 damage and dies. Pause and red X and map LMO. Okay, and then the group saves for the ones that are in the ice AoE, including the one that's scared. I don't think fear causes automatic failure or penalty to saves. I'm actually going to check that real quick. It should be on the tooltip thing for if you hover over the dealio. Running directly away from the source of fear for the indicated duration. So he's just going to be included in this group save of Oni that are only affected by the ice storm. So blinded by the ice storm at -4. So save versus spell at -1, 2, 3, 4. Enter warrior 8. Enter and not multi-classed or triple-classed. And they fail as well. So I'm going to start with this Brady guy right here. 35 damage. -35. Enter. He dies. Red X. LMO. And this guy dies. This one dies. This one dies. This one dies. This one dies. A lot of them dying.
Ripped to shreds.
Thank goodness. I was worried. I was like, man, I'm not taking out a whole lot in this round. Getting some of them down halfway, so get them up later, but it's way better.
Yeah. This one dies as well. That one dies. That one dies. And I already did damage for the held one. And then this one dies. And then I just noticed there are two outside the ice AoE, but inside the blade barrier. So I need to roll a save for them as well. And they save at no penalty because they're not affected by any spells other than just the blade barrier. So spell, no modifier, warrior 8, and not multi-classed or triple-classed. And they fail as well, but they are unharmed, I believe. At least this one is. So minus 35 damage, and he survives. And this next one is unharmed as well, but takes 35 damage. And that was a level 6 spell.
Yep.
So Tenzi gets 600 points. Outstanding use of that spell.
Mm-hmm.
Lasts for 36 rounds.
Lasts for 36 rounds. Blade barrier. Minus 36, enter. And then from now on, blade barrier damage will be conducted at the end of the round. And I'm going to put the blade barrier let's see, to the back. I'm going to lock its position first. So advanced, lock position, and to back. Okay. Another Oni. That's the one that's right next to Ashriel, so he turns to face Ashriel. Looks like Ashriel struck him or something. He took damage earlier.
Lightning bolt.
Yep, lightning bolt. So attack, Tetsubo, Ashriel, and melee range, lower ground, and -1, 2 for protection from evil,
-2.
and no damage roll modifier. Okay, shieldless, 1 versus -1 is a miss. Gargamon's second, so we're now in multiple attacks. Gargamon.
Oh, all right. And I think, yeah, Gargamon will keep swinging at the one he did before, the one to his northeast.
+4 to hit. Well, +5 because... Nope, you're not affected by prayer, are you? Yeah, you are.
No, yeah.
+5. +5 to hit, +1 to damage. Alright, shieldless, -6 versus AC 4 hits. You cause 21 damage. Does that drop him? Yeah, it does. Go ahead and describe how you take him out.
All right, Gargamon just kind of shoves the tip of the halberd in his gut and tosses him aside, and like waits for the next one to come up.
Cool.
Varen.
Varen is going to go for the one just north of Musashi, the injured one. High mastery. One.
Shieldless, -3 versus 4 is a hit. You cause 12 damage and kill him. Go ahead and describe.
Just like puts it like under his like soft palate, like between his chin and his neck, and it goes like up and stops on top of his skull. And the one to his northwest, he is going to make his extra claw attack.
All right.
+2.
Yeah, +2 to damage. Okay. Shieldless, -1 versus 4 is a hit, causing 4 damage.
That'll be it.
All right. Musashi's multiple attack.
Go to the one in front of Gargamon.
Confirmed crit. Yeah, look at all those confirmed crits on there. Wow. That's a lot. Wow. 17, 18, 18, 19,
The
16.
lowest roll was 16, I think.
Lowest roll was 9, yeah. You caused 31 damage. That's the one in front of Gargamon, you said?
Yeah.
Alright. He actually survives. He was uninjured. Survives that critical hit. Alright. Varen's second multiple attack. This is the one he
Same one
gets
as the
from
Fu?
Kung Fu. That's right. He's in his Kung Fu stance right now. Wah! Everybody was Kung Fu fighting. Okay, shield is -14. It's not a crit. He causes 10 damage. That was to this one, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it looks like you did a total of 14 damage to him.
That sounds right, yes.
Alright. End of round. You can remove any shits. Which I think the only person to roll a 1 was one of the Onis.
This is when Bombosa is gonna crawl away 4 squares.
Gotcha.
He'll end up here. Still prone.
Okay. Regeneration occurs. So that's Ashriel, but he's full. Okay. So now we're in initiative phase. So, the old man
Yes.
finishes digging a hole. He reaches down into this hole and he pulls out what looks like a piece of canvas, like a canvas like bundle, and it's about 4 feet long, and it's kind of thin. And he like unfurls the canvas. There's like some twine tying it together. Cuts the twine, or like tears the twine off or whatever, and unfurls the canvas. And inside is a match set katana and wakizashi. And he slides them into his belt. And turns around. And he draws the katana, holding it in 2 hands, and says, "Hiya!" and joins the melee. And the warriors can see that he wields his katana with the skill of a grandmaster.
It's convenient. May I please have another turn for Garangor?
Yes.
Thank you.
And I will need one for Ashriel.
And Ashriel.
And Gargamel.
And Gargamod. Okay, is anyone still rolling?
Yep, just a minute.
And is anyone still rolling?
Yep, hold on.
Finished?
Yep.
Alright, here we go. Round 2, ding ding. Spells in time. I'm guessing Gargamon has too many slots.
Oh, he does. Oh,
All right,
I
first
can
up
delete
is Tenzi.
Tenzi turns, runs a few feet, and then jumps in the air and does a flying kick on this guy.
Oh yeah. +4 to hit because he's blind. Shieldless AC, that is a natural 20. And you cause 24 damage from a kick. And he survives.
it. Oh, barely.
Do you have any other attacks that you make right now?
Not right now, no.
Alright, Karen Glare.
Alright.
Is he blade singing?
He's also going to fly 10 feet in the air. And he's maneuverability class B, so he'll get 180 degrees of turns. So he'll go here, then take a 90-degree turn. Fine. Do. Okay, and then he will make another 90-degree turn. Fly over Tenzi's head and try to finish this guy off. Also, I guess it's the same elevation.
At 10 feet, you have higher elevation.
Okay, let me reroll that then.
You have the high ground.
See if it does what it's supposed to. Because of blade singing and then +1.
Well, you get another +4 because the enemy's blind.
Oh god, I gotta roll again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Higher ground. The +1 from Blade Song, +1 from Prayer, +4 from Blind, so +6.
Yeah.
+1 from Prayer.
Alright, the Oni is shieldless. -10 versus AC -1 hits, and you cause 19 damage. That kills him. Go ahead and describe how you do it.
So Tensi does all the heavy lifting, but then Carringler comes in with his like silver, his red hair whipping in the wind and spears him right through the eyeball.
Yeah. Varen.
Okay, he's going for the same one to the northwest. Master.
Alright. Shieldless AC. -12 beats 4, he caused 21 damage. And he survives. Got that shield.
Got that shield. Honk.
All right. -8 beats 4. And you kill him with the shield. Go ahead and describe.
Sweet. Yeah, he takes him like right in the knee. He's tall, so he's like takes him right in the kneecap, and like it buckles and you're a sickening crunch. And then
And he dies from a knee injury.
and then Baron will step forward, use his claw attacks on the one directly north of him.
All right. Don't forget your +2 to damage. 1 from natural fighting and 1 from prayer.
First one.
And your +1 to hit from prayer.
Yeah. There's the second.
All right. Shield is 0 versus AC 4 hits. You cause 11 damage from that strike. And
They
the guy
large?
is uninjured, so he doesn't die.
Are they large?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the second one? Okay. Yeah, I rolled the first one and the second one.
Oh, I see. You did them both at the same time. First one was a crit for 20. Second one was regular for 11, so a total of 31. And he still survives.
Fucked up though.
Yeah, really fucked up. Erdrin, who did a backstab last round and is out in the open.
That's right. So he is going to run next to Bombosa and hide next to him while reloading.
Which was where I was going to go. Okay.
Oh. It looked like I thought it looked like you were good where you were.
Yeah.
All right. Kusumami. So he's using his ki. It's like hi-ya! And he kind of moves through. Standing on this dead Oni and facing this back one here, slices into this guy. Wait, how about we slice into, gonna slice into this one in the back. So Grand Mastery attacks are still, they still use High Mastery, but the damage on the weapon is increased by 1 die, and you get a whole extra attack. So this guy has 3 attacks per round, and I could give him a 4th attack if he had, a martial art that gives you an extra attack, but I think the only one is Kung Fu, and it didn't really make sense for him. So he only has 3 attacks. And actually, I need to create his 3rd attack because I forgot to make it. Alright, so he does a High Mastery attack. With his katana two-handed. versus this Oni. Melee, same elevation, and it was a charge. He kind of ran in. +2 to hit. Oh, actually +3 to hit because he was part of the prayer. I just didn't mark him. Okay. And then +1 to damage from prayer. And the Oni is shieldless, -8 versus AC 4 hits, and he causes 12 damage. Somehow I don't think that... Yeah, it is correct. Okay. He just rolled 2 1s.
That'll get you every time.
So -12, enter,
In there, Samurai.
and 5.42. -205.42, enter. What the hell? There we go. All right, Shandrak.
Shandrak is going to try to cast slow on these guys.
Right. Let's see. Wizard 3. Slow.
That looks good to me.
Nice.
Spare a thought for this guy who is in a blade barrier and held and slowed.
Okay, so
Yeah, it's got to be pretty horrible to be held inside the blade barrier.
yeah.
That's like Pit in the Pendulum type horror.
There we go. So for now, I'm just gonna put the slow on the map.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, so it looks like the slow affects a whole bunch of guys outside of the Ice Storm and affects the guy that is held in the Ice Storm. So the held guy is automatically slowed. Okay, so I'm just gonna give him a snail.
Oh, and he's in an ice storm. I forgot that.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. First of all, he's fucked up by a breath weapon and a blade barrier. He's held. He's inside of a fucking blade barrier and an ice storm, and he's slowed now. So he's like quadruple fucked. All the rest of these guys are... Okay, so there's 2 inside the ice storm. Okay, so they save at a -8. That's these guys down at the bottom here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they get a save versus spell. And it's -8 for being blinded, and -4 for being blinded, -4 for being slowed. Slow actually gives you a -4 to its own saving throw before you're slowed. So these guys are pretty much fucked. They get a -8 to their save. Enter, count as level 8 warriors. Enter, and they are not multi-classed or triple-classed. They fail and are now slowed.
Nice.
Snail. And actually, I'm going to call it slow 1. Because there are other characters that have the slow spell. Alright. And then the ones outside of the ice storm but are affected by slow get a -4 to their saves. Save versus spell at -1, 2, 3, 4. Enter. They count as warrior 8. Not multi-classed or triple-classed. They fail as well. So their target number was 17. They rolled 15s. And the guys that were inside, the AoE of both spells that got the -8, their target number was 21. So they actually had to roll. Actually, there's no crits on saving throws in 2nd edition. There's no crits or crit fails. So their saving throw is actually impossible with a 21 because they had so many penalties. Okay, so the rest of these guys are slowed as well. And it's going to be slow 1. And then what's the duration?
Oh, probably 11 rounds.
You got time to look it up or to look into it or whatever.
13 rounds.
All right. And then that's a level 3 spell, so Shandrak gets 150 points divided by his 2 classes. And slow 1 by Shandrak. Said 13 rounds.
Yeah.
-13. Enter. Okay. Dante.
Yeah, Dante's going to, as I said, cast Sanctuary on himself. He's going to have a look down into the hole just to see if the old man's left any treasure down there. If there isn't anything else, he will run after the old man and not attack anybody, but sort of feint to look like he's trying to protect the old man and look after him. without actually trying to hurt anybody.
You're casting a spell?
Yeah.
Okay, so normally in a round where you cast a spell from a spell slot, you can't move.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, that's fine then. He'll cast Sanctuary on himself and yeah, go after the next guy.
When you look down the hole though, so that doesn't take any moving. You see that all that's down there is like a bunch of dirt and 2 torn bits of twine and like a dirty ass canvas, like waterproof.
No big pile of treasure or anything. He feared as much. Okay.
Yeah. And then that was what spell did you cast?
Sanctuary.
Sanctuary by Dante on Dante. And then how long does that last?
8 rounds, I think it is.
Okay. And that's a level 2 spell? Is it level 2?
No, level 1.
Level 1. Okay, you get 100 points divided by your 2 classes.
Cool. Thank you.
Asher.
Alright, Asher is going to come up here and try to backstab this one.
Yeah, you get it. You're using invisibility, right? Invisibility. -3 hits. You cause 64 damage and kill him. Go ahead and describe.
He's visible again. So like she disappeared right in front of him, and so he's kind of like, "Oh," like looking around, and then she like leaps right into his face, and the last thing you see is her longsword going like almost up his nose.
That's our second one shot in this combat to a fully like unwounded Oni. The first one did like what 68 damage when Zalamon's
Oh my God.
Yeah.
and then
Which is basically her
64.
job, so it's nice to see her doing it.
okay, minus 64 enter. Yeah, one-shotting creatures is definitely her job. Definitely. Bombosa.
Alright, he is going to use a half move to get up. And then he is going to head into this tent and try to hide in shadows there.
Anator.
He had another hold monster, so he's gonna aim it at these that he can see in front of him. So he's going for this one. Actually, yeah, so I'm not sure exactly what he can see behind this house, but so he's gonna kind of take a 5-foot step to his left so he can see more of them.
Okay.
So I'm thinking he can see this one, this one, this one, and this one, but correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, you can barely see the 5 that are up there that are alive.
Alright, he's gonna aim for the 4 that have the most health. So they'll make a straight save. Or straight save minus the 1 from prayer.
So between, I'm guessing it's the 4 in the back row. Is that correct or no?
Yeah, that'll be fine. Yeah.
Okay. So they get... they actually get -1 to their saves because they're all affected by the prayer. So... I'm going to do a group save for the 4 of them. Spell... -1 for prayer. Known as Warrior 8. Not multi-classed or triple-classed. Alright, they fail their saving throws with a 1. Their target number was 14. And they are now all held. So I'm going to call
Also,
this hold 2.
I just realized that I forgot to roll initiative for Brian Drew. Do you care if I do that now so he'll have the correct initiative?
Go ahead.
Thank you.
He can't use his breath weapon this round though, so.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then what's the duration on this hold? Is it hold monster or hold person?
Sorry, it's hold monster and it's 10.
Okay. Alright, so did I get the 4 correct targets?
Looks good.
Okay. And then hold monster 2 by Anatar. And you said how many rounds?
10.
10. Enter. Alright. Next up is an Oni.
Does he fall?
He is not going to move, so he doesn't have to roll to see if he falls. Even if he did fall last round, he's not moving, so he would spend a half move getting up, and he's going to attack Gargamond from his flank. Gargamon's flank, unless Gargamon turns. So it's this guy right here.
That's alright. I'll take it from the flank.
Alright. He is blind and attacking at -2 for attacking through a friendly square, so it might not hit. So Tetsubo, Gargamond, melee, same elevation, -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And no damage roll modifier because he's not affected by the prayer. And Gargamon's shieldless flank, of course. 9 versus AC -3 is a miss. Jim.
Yeah, Jim's just, he's like, nobody's terribly hurt, so he's just gonna come up and... up here, kind of go around the wall, and... come here, and he's just gonna wail on some of these held Oni. So, I'll go for the one that's almost dead with his club.